Okay, so let me ask you this. Want to learn how to tell if a relationship isn't working? Maybe your relationship isn't bad, but it isn't good either. Maybe it still doesn't have the usual signs it isn't working, like arguments, fights, and cheating, and yet you still feel something's wrong. If that's what you're going through right now, then this video should clear things up for you. First of all, I'm sorry if you're going through it. It's never easy when you're not 100% sure whether your relationship is working or not. It's confusing, frustrating, and unnerving all at the same time. And yet it's crucial to know how to really tell if a relationship isn't working. If you can't do that, then a painful breakup or divorce might hit you when you least expect it. Luckily, you only need to look out for 3 signs. These are the indications that your relationship isn't working and you need to do something fast. I call these 3 signs the TREPID TRIO, and I'm about to tell you what they are. Before we get started, do take a moment to click the like button below. After you do, I'll show you the only 3 signs you have to look out for in your relationship. If you spot these signs, then your relationship isn't working, and you'll need to fix things before it's too late. Ready? Then click like right now, and we'll get started at sign number 1 in the TREPID TRIO. Go ahead and click like. Done? Great. So here's the TREPID TRIO. The first sign your relationship isn't working is when she criticizes you a lot, and you don't know how to deal with it. This is also when you've pretty much given up on trying to explain yourself. You believe you're wrong or bad in her eyes no matter what you say anyway, so you don't even try. That's the first bad sign, and it's a big one. Now here's the second sign, when she doesn't respect your authority and tries to challenge it. It's also when she overrules a decision you made for the relationship, and if she's ever made a big decision without even consulting you, that's a bad sign. Now here's the last one. The third sign is when your relationship isn't bad or good, it's just meh. That's the TREPID TRIO, and that, my friend, is how to tell if a relationship isn't working. Now, you might be thinking, but Fredo, some of these signs sound pretty harmless. Why are they signs my relationship isn't working? So allow me to give the long answer to that question. It was first explained to me by my friend and mentor, Derek Rake. Now, Derek is an attraction and mind control coach based in San Diego. He teaches men how to understand women completely by mastering female psychology. Hence, he taught me 2 of the most important facts about relationships I've ever learned. The first one was this. The only good relationship is one where she has absolutely no reason to leave you. And the second one was this. A woman will always choose the strongest, most dominant guy available to her. Let that sink in for a moment. If she has even the slightest reason to leave you, it's not a good relationship. Any healthy woman will always choose the strongest, most dominant guy in her life. If she finds him and catches him, she'll never leave him. And that's why the TREPID TRIO is so dangerous. They're all signs that she does not see you as the strongest and most dominant guy in her life. And that means there's a chance she will leave you for someone who is. And the longer you don't do anything about it, the higher your risk of losing her to another guy. So what's a guy to do? What if she criticizes you a lot or challenges your authority? What if your relationship is just meh? Here's the good news. There is a way to quickly make her see you as the strongest and most dominant guy in her life. It's called the hard restart technique, and yes, Derek Rake created it too. In just a moment, I'll show you how it can fix your relationship for good. Right now, do take a moment to hit the subscribe button below this video. If you learned something new and valuable so far, then do show your appreciation. Subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon for notifications too. Right after you click subscribe, you'll learn how to make your relationship work again. The hard restart technique will be all you'll ever need. Trust me, because this is true. Are you ready? Then click subscribe now and we'll get right to the hard restart technique. Go ahead, do it now and subscribe. Have you subscribed? Great, let's get moving. Here's how the hard restart technique works. First of all, the goal is to make you the strongest, most dominant guy in the world, in her eyes. Any less than that, and she'll always be on the lookout for someone who is, and your relationship will always seem like it's not working. So how does the hard restart technique do that? Here's how. The first thing you do is to disappear from your relationship. Yup, you heard that right. You simply disappear without a word. You spend time, a day, a week, it's up to you, away from her. You spend those days doing whatever you want to do. You disappear without telling her, and you don't answer her calls and texts. And then you reappear, also without a word. When she asks where you've been, you can tell her you just needed some alone time. Will this make her angry? You bet. And yet as long as you don't apologize for it, it'll be exactly what she needs. You'll immediately look stronger and more dominant than before you disappeared. In fact, she'd even swear you've changed for the better. The next time you do something nice together, like go on a date or a vacation somewhere, she'll appreciate it more. And if she starts taking you for granted again, what do? You disappear again, of course, this time for a slightly longer period than before. She'll get mad again. She might even raise some drama. And yet as long as you don't apologize or promise to change, you'll be fine. Remember, the key is strength and dominance. You must become more of both in her eyes. Along the way, you'll notice the relationship getting better and better. She'll be sweeter. She'll be more respectful and supportive. She'll do more of the stuff you like. The list goes on. All the way until you're the strongest, most dominant man she knows. And she'll never have a reason to leave you. And that, my friend, is how the hard restart technique can fix your relationship for good. Now, you might be wondering, is there a less drastic way to look stronger and more dominant to my woman? Hey, I get it. For many of us, simply disappearing isn't an easy thing to do. It sounds a bit too high risk. If you feel that way, then here's some good news. You have a second option. It's a technique called fractionation. It's a conversation technique that's meant to do one thing: to make your woman feel addicted to you. Yup, you heard that right too. It's not enough to make her feel attracted or in love with you, because those feelings fade over time. Meanwhile, if she's addicted to you, she'll never get tired of you. She'll stick with you for life. And that's the kind of addiction the fractionation technique can trigger in her. And best of all, fractionation is a conversation technique. That means anyone, including you, can learn and use it. So here's what I'll do for you. In just a moment, a link will come up inside this video. When you see it, click on it. It'll take you to a special online masterclass on mind control. In it, Derek Rake himself will teach you all about fractionation. You'll learn what it is, how it works, and, most importantly, how to start using it today. So click on the link and join Derek's masterclass now. Go ahead. Remember, the only good relationship is one where she has absolutely no reason to leave you. Any less than that, and there's always the risk of losing her, likely to someone better than you. Avoid that at all costs and fix your relationship now. Master fractionation at Derek's online masterclass now. Click the link.